Yes, sir, Bob. Yes, sir, Goat. That's right. It is the Key Fantasy Takeaway Show for Week 11. How are you, Fantasy Goats? I am your shepherd. We're going to get into this bad boy. What's up, Nathan Goat? Look at the motherfucking Nathan Goat. Love it, baby. Love it. Yeah, so before we get into the Key Fantasy Takeaways presented by our friend over at Fantasy Points, Ryan Heath, who does a fantastic mother. He does a fucking he deep dives into this stuff for us, so we get actionable data. We're gonna get actionable data that we're using, that we've been using, and there's a lot to sink our teeth into, Nathan Goat and all the rest of the goats. Just a friendly reminder before we get into all this stuff. Yeah, the reminder that we are on for tomorrow, week 12 waivers. From there, we'll be on Thursday. We'll be on Friday. We'll be on Saturday. There's a big playoff push coming right now. Big playoff push, week 12. So, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you are new, you're watching us for the first time. There's really no off season here. There is no off season. The fantasy football season may come to a close. It's going to come to a close week 17. Sometimes it's week 18, depending on your league, depending on your format. But it's going to come to a close. But that doesn't mean that the fantasy goats come to a close. No. We're gonna have plenty of content all through the year, all through the off. There's no off season. What's up? Here come all the goats, man. Here come all the goats. More injuries. Yeah, B goat. More mother freaking injuries. I'm gonna get into those. The money mark. How are you today, Money Mark? Appreciate you joining us. Yeah, the injury news. Yeah, Drake London, PCL, according to some, it could be anywhere from missing this upcoming week to possibly missing 2 to 6 weeks, depending on who you're reading. In any event, it's he's gonna miss time. He's gonna miss hopefully not a lot of time, because I happen to have him in several freaking spots, man. It's actually eating at me. If you want to know the truth, it's eating at me. What up, Mad Maxi Goat and the Trone Goat, baby, the T Goat? What's up? Yeah, Drake London sucks out loud. Even though Kirk Cousins is looking like he's going to make a start, I promise you this much: Kirk Cousins getting a full week of practice is going to look a little bit better than Kirk Cousins coming into the game. But how much better is it going to look? It ain't going to look that much better, because the best weapon on the team, not named Bijan Robinson. Yeah, it does hurt, Frosty Goat, man. It fucking hurts. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts me too. It hurts you. 2 key spots. Drake London, both competing. I'm gonna. Oh man. Yeah. See, I don't want to turn this. I don't. I would never. I'm never going to turn this platform into a referendum on my fantasy teams. No, that's not why I'm doing it. This is not why we're here for 14 months. We're here is to turn it into your platform for fantasy. It's more like it. Curious if you would be able to enter quick trade idea for a playoff push of mine. Of course. Fuck off. Yeah. Yeah, let's hear it. I mean, if it's a good idea, I may just be doing it with you. If it's a good idea, shit. It's probably a good idea. Let's see. Hold on. I mean, we'll get into Jamar Chase. We'll get into Josh Jacobs also. Josh Jacobs seems to be a little bit easier, or better, more positive, better news coming out of the Packers camp. I have Drake London and in a must-win situation for the playoffs. Would you send a trade package of Drake London with Xavier Worthy for Rashee Rice and Christian Watson, half PPR. The money mark, if you're able to pull that deal off, I would have absolutely. It's brilliant, actually. And if I ever read anything more than once, it's because I'm really soaking myself into it, and not just give you something that's half-ass reply or a crack answer. Drake London is on your team. Would you send a trade package of London along with Xavier Worthy for Rashee Rice and Christian Watson? If you could get that deal done, money goat. That sounds like a no-brainer to me. You got Rashee Rice and Drake London are I would say are almost even right now. Let's take away. Let's just pretend for a moment that Drake London is not hurt. Rashee Rice and Drake London, I would say, are on the same plane. They're in the same tier of wide receiver. If not, Rashee Rice is even maybe a tick or two above Drake London based on where he plays. If that manager is getting a little skittish based on the fact that the Broncos put the clamps down on all the Chiefs yesterday, I would do that in a second, man. Maxi Goat, wouldn't you? I think Maxi Goat would do it. I think Tron Goat would do it. Absolutely. T Goat. We came through with the Eagles last night, although points were hard to come by. We certainly I think if I remember correctly, you're on the Barkley side along with one of the wide receivers and along with Goddard playing. You were playing against one of the other wide receivers for the Eagles. I think you came through. Well, you came through because you're a motherfucking goat. That's why you came through. Yeah, B-Goat, I hope that's not the same injury that kept Slick Rick out. It technically is the same injury. Again, according to what the reports are, that if it's that part of the knee, only a sprain. So I guess you could consider that the silver lining, that it's not a tear. It's nothing that bad like that, but it's a sprain. Now you got to chalk. Now you're chalking it up to the human, right? It's regarding the person, how that heals up. It may have taken Slick Rick a little bit longer, or the Niners were being a little bit more passive with him. Drake London, here's some more silver lining for you. Drake London, since being in the league 2022, has popped up on the injury report his entire short career. He's always on the injury report. But he's never really missed significant time either. So that's kind of telling me that he gets a lot of nicks and bumps and bruises and scrapes and ouch. But he may be a good healer. I think if we're going to be, if we want to turn in our optimistic card, our hopeful card, it might be, that could be it. Yeah, but B-Goat, I'm hearing that it is the same injury. I'm reading from the Twitter docs. The guys that are, well, there's one of them who I actually have a online sort of kind of relationship with. There's one doc who's actually like a doctor of medicine, like some sort of, like, I guess maybe an orthopedic, who does like new age osteo stem cell regenerative medicine. So there's that doc, but then there's a couple others that are also, like a doctor of physics. They're physical therapy doctors. But they also have their own opinion as well. They're not the ones that are examining him. They're looking at videos. No, London does hurt a lot, Frosty Goat. Motherfucking Frosty. You're a Frosty. You're going to put the ice down on everybody. Darnell Mooney time. I would venture off to say no, actually. No. Who was the other guy? Who when Kirko last got onto the field, it wasn't Darnell Mooney. It was some other dude. Hodge. I would do that in a heartbeat too, Nathan Goat. Absolutely. If all right, let me ask you this question, Nathan Goat. Would you do it if you were the other manager? Would you take Drake London and Xavier Worthy? Would you and send the team with Drake London? Would you do that? Would you do it if you're on the other side of the coin? Just to play just some devil's advocate. That's all. I don't know if it's I mean, Darnell Mooney has been for lack of a better word, a bust this season. Whether it's his broken clavicle that we are just finding out about, or the fact that he's just not on the same page with Michael Penix, or it's the other guys, it's or Drake London that has just consumed all the targets for that passing offense, which is that's a bit. Let's call it what it is. Also, that's a bad football operation in terms of their offense and their defense. Last week, and I'm sure that Ryan Heath over here has got. I'm sure there's got to be some numbers here in terms of Bijan and Algier. I did go through it last night, but that was last night. Last week, when Bijan only got us to around 10 fantasy points because Tyler Algier vultured, I mean, we were annoyed. Rightfully so. One of the top 3 running backs in the league. One of the top 3 most talented backs in the league. Is losing touchdowns to Tyler Algier. Now, fast forward, yesterday, Bijan Robinson did get those opportunities. He did score twice. And the Falcons still look like crap. That's not good. That doesn't bode well. It doesn't. Sorry. Oh, yeah. T-Goat, baby. Sorry. For those of you who have Jamar Chase, my opponent next week has him. 2 buys. It's not what anybody really signed up for, was it? If you knew that Jamar Chase was going to have 2 bye weeks, would you have drafted Jamar Chase? I probably would have. Because we're also operating that. Well, we thought that Joe Burrow was going to be good the whole year, or we wanted him to be good the whole year, and so on and so forth. Yeah, T goes. Sometimes sometimes the fantasy gods work in our favor. So most of the time, we think that they're not working in our favor. Yeah, hell yeah. That's pretty bad. I mean, it's I kind of understand. I mean, I understand it. Doesn't make it right what he did. Do we see London back for the playoffs? Frosty, I want to say yes. Of course, I want to say yes. Only for the simple fact of how I just laid it out, how I just outlined it. Maybe this guy's just a quick healer. Maybe this won't take him out that long, considering that he's just seems like he's always getting banged up one way or another, and generally he doesn't miss time. I need Judkins and Woody to turn it around big time. Judkins has an offensive line problem. Judkins is also a rookie. Judkins is very good, who's getting a solid amount of volume. But again, he's the way that team is operating right now. Woody, on the other hand, Woody Marks has a pretty well. We thought he had a good spot yesterday. That didn't really work out for us, now did it? Woody Marks is in a pretty good spot on Thursday night. Buffalo Bills can't stop anybody on the ground. Anybody. Look at what Sean Tucker did. Look at what Devon A-Chain did. I mean, like any running back, everyone, all of them, through the air, on the ground. Shadori, ladies and gentlemen. Shadori. I think he'll get another chance. I think he'll get another opportunity, especially if Dylan Gabriel's going to miss time. But well, let's see, man. We'll pull it for him. Trade Drake London for George Pickens or Javonte. Ooh, J-Goat. Trade Drake London for George Pickens or Javonte. Well, I mean, I don't know if I would do it for Javonte, considering that right now the Drake London managers, that would be me included. You're down a wide receiver. So I think what would make more sense is not to take on a running back. I mean, George Pickens, look, I like the other deal better, the one that's up top, to get Rashee Rice. I think this one is probably a little bit more realistic, considering that your trade partner, the other manager, is taking on additional risk, considering that Drake London is now going to miss time. How much time, it remains to be seen. Oh, Frosty Goat, man. Yeah, every league is different, Frosty Goat. Every league is different. We're gonna have to attempt to make the best of it, Frosty Goat. If that means rolling the dice with Darnell Mooney. Holy shit. Darnell Mooney. Or the other one, Kadaro Hodgepodgey. Let's see if it works. May send the trade package to the guy. He's guaranteed playoffs, and I'm sure he'd want London then. Everybody's league is different, Money Goat. Everyone knows their own set of players in that league. Let's see if it works. Absolutely. Let us know. Definitely let us know. Come back and fucking share it with us. Appreciate you. I would do that in a heartbeat. I think Mad Max would do that in a heartbeat. The deep waivers. Deep waivers. Emmanuel Wilson. That's the first one that comes to my mind. He's gonna slide right into the Jacobs usage. That's the first dude that comes to my mind. The second dude that comes to my mind, who had 180 yards yesterday, or something along those lines, would be Michael Wilson. Although Marvin Harrison is going to come back because it was only an appendix. Only, I say only. To taking a body part out of your body and then get back onto a football field. You gotta make sure you're okay. Michael Wilson is the next guy that just right off the top of my head, Mad Maxi Goat. But Emmanuel Wilson for sure. I think the Packers would be wise if they just let's not roll Josh Jacobs out there immediately. He was banged up he was banged up like a month ago, but played through it. See, so again, it's the sport. It's a violent sport. Are the Eagles DA set it and forget the rest of the season? Mooney and his ribs good? No, I see. Whether his ribs are good or not, he's not good. I don't think he's really that good. I think he had one really good season. I think Darnell Mooney is the Darnell Mooney that we knew from Chicago. And that's my honest opinion. I know that might be recency bias now because of his production, but I don't think he's that good. He's okay. He's okay. He's not that good. He's not. You think Darnell Mooney's Drake London? He's not. But the sneaky, again, is that it's got to be that dude that Kirk was hooking up with the last time Cousins was on the field, Hodge. I think it would be him. That's the sneaky one. If you've got the, you know what, and I think you do have the stones, Mad Maxi Goat. I think the Eagles are set it and forget it, Frosty, because that schedule, it looks like it's like a cupcake schedule. They got the Commanders twice upcoming. They've got I saw the schedule yesterday when they put it up on the screen. It was like, this is a cakewalk. They have a cakewalk into the playoffs. How are we feeling about the quarterback change in Cleveland? B-Goat. It's almost like I want to say that Shador could possibly look the part. I want to say that Shador is going to give us something to talk about. I don't know. Again, I don't know if the rest of the ecosystem around him, minus Judkins, maybe Harold Fannin, but I mean, I don't know if Shador is all of a sudden going to start elevating Jerry Jeudy into the promised land of fantasy relevance, Cedric Tillman into the fantasy land of prominence. Their defense, we know their defense is really good. That bodes well for us, for Shador. I'm rooting for Shador based on where the hell he was drafted. I want to see him succeed. How are we feeling about it? I mean, it's a loss season, obviously. So, I mean, now you're throwing Shador out there after the Dylan Gabriel experiment, after trading Flacco. A disaster. That's it. The Jets and the Browns. We are just hoping London's injury is a mild grade 1. Frosty, are you a physical therapist? Are you a doctor, Frosty? We are just. It sounds like you're a doctor. You, Dr. Frosty, Dr. Goat, Dr. Goat. I don't think we have a Dr. Goat yet. Dr. Goat. I love it. I didn't come through last night. I did it. It didn't come through last night with Barkley, Devontae Goddard. My opponent had A.J. Brown, and he got all the targets. Fuck! You see how you know how it works. See, we were talking about this, Drone Goat. I see it go both ways. Well, I mean, Barkley didn't outscore A.J. Brown. Even, like, I know Barkley didn't have the best game, but I mean, not even Barkley. I know Devontae didn't have anything. Goddard barely had anything, but Barkley did. Didn't Barkley outscore A.J. Brown? What kind of relationship? Justin, what's up, Goat? Thoughts on the canine after the game? Hallelujah. Thank God. I do have some information. On K9 the third. Let's pull this up now. Let's get this going. Share the screen. Let's share the motherfucking screen. I do have some K9, the canine business. We are in the canine business, Goats. It's promising. It's definitely promising. He is starting to out-snap Zach Charbonnet inside that coveted 5-yard line. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for you right now. Here's the Woody Marks info. Woody Marks is still the guy there. He's still the guy, according to this. Though it resulted in just 6.1 fantasy points. Yeah, that's the bad part. But Woody Marks maintained his stranglehold on the Texans' backfield for a second game in a row. Though it resulted, Tajay Spears is now commanding at least 10% target share in 4 of his last 5 games. But Pollard has outcarried him. That's great. That team is absolutely trash. I want nothing to do with that at this point. Here's Sean Tucker. Let's get to the Kyle Monangai is getting some good opportunities in the red zone. Kyle Monangai has received 35% of the backfield carries in each of his 2 games since DeAndre returned. But today he got 2 of 3 inside the 10, both of which came after Swift was stuffed at the 8. Kyle Monangai seems to be their goal line guy. He's that freaking goal line guy. Kyle Monangai. So Kyle Monangai will get us a 10-point game, 11-point game, 9-point game moving forward. Be a safe floor for the flex if we need it. Lex Luthor, 15.6 target share today. Not terrible, but not fantastic either. Josh Jacobs left the game in the second quarter with an injury. From that point on, Emmanuel Wilson. Here it is. Yep. Emmanuel Wilson, Mad Maxie. Emmanuel. Thoughts on K9. K9. I know I saw K9 in here. K9. Chase Brown. Opportunity. Chase Brown. 85% carry share. Chase Brown. Nice team. Jalen Warren. What about Kenny Gainwell? Folks. We'll obviously have to put him on the waiver show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Jalen Warren, 81% of the backfield carries, 9% target share, every carry inside the 10. Kenneth Gainwell today, as in yesterday, the moment everyone decided to play Warren in DFS, 38% of the backfield carries. It took a nosedive. Also, injury to watch out for, minor ankle. He returned to the game, so I don't think it's that serious. Where's the mother? Where's the K9? There it is. Do you see that? Justin Goat? Over his first 6 games alongside Charbonnet, 1 of 10 carries inside the 5 for 10 fantasy points. Fantastic. Walker, over the last 3 games, Mad Maxie, Skywalker, 4 of 5 carries inside the 5, 13.1 fantasy points per game. There it is, man. I mean, he's starting to get some work. He's getting better work. And for good measure, he was going up against the number 1 ranked team against the running back in the Rams, and he scored against them. I'm hopeful that Kenny Walker can continue to right the wrongs of the first 10 weeks of fantasy. I am. I'm a Kenny Walker guy. He's always looking for the home run, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing because he's not really seeing other holes. He's a great sell high right now. Also, I mean, you could probably get a good return for him after that game. Sure, if your league still is, not past deadline. Hell yes. I definitely wouldn't. Nathan Goat. The goat, the Seahawks goat. Green Bay offense has injuries, and Watson is the only healthy guy. Yeah. Also, Rashi is in the same tier as London, but healthy, so it makes. Well, okay, that's the argument that the other guy is gonna have. Yeah, that's the argument that the other guy's gonna have. Well, you never know. Let him. Let's. I would. There's no harm in at least attempting to send the offer. I need Trey McBride to be my wide receiver 1-2 now. Oh, Frosty Goat. Well, what if I told you that Trey McBride's 18.6 fantasy points per game is actually the equivalent to wide receiver 6? He's having a really good season. So, yeah, technically, you're wide receiver 1-2, but he's wide receiver 6 across the board. How do I think the Jamar suspension affects Flacco? I don't think it affects Flacco. I don't. I think they'll get the other guys involved more. They'll get T involved. They'll get Yoshivas involved. Maybe one of the tight ends. I don't think it'll affect Flacco that much. If anything. How did Flacco do with Jamar Chase on the field? I don't think it's minor. It's negligible. Flacco should be able to hit some other guys. If Dart misses again, Flacco is my backup. Who else is available? T-Goat. I mean, I don't think Dart will miss again, but I don't think we're going to be seeing him taking off as much as we were. I don't think we're going to be seeing him running into people like we were. I think he's gonna have to be more conservative, or learn how to get out of bounce, learn how to go down and slide. I mean, there are ways to protect yourself and still be a running weapon. Yeah, let's go ask the guy up in Buffalo. That's my saving grace for one main league. Yeah, Josh Allen and CMC. Does it suck to lose London? Yeah, but we're not going to talk about it for me. We're going to talk about it for you. What do you make of Hendo? Hendo finishing in fantasy now. What do I make? I make that we're all going to cross our fingers that Ramondre Stevenson doesn't steal these high-value touches that Ryan Heath points out to us. Like these let's perfect example was right here. Don't look at this one for number 17. Don't be fooled by the final score into assuming Bashal Tutin got all his work in garbage time. He actually out-carried Travis Etienne 8-6 in the first half with them splitting goal line duties. Or like that Kamanungai information that we get from him. Or this Kenneth Walker info. So what do I think? I think Trevion Henderson's going to finish somewhere between RB 13 and 24, skewed more towards the higher number, the higher ranking than the lower one, just because the Patriots will not just put it all on the back of Trevion Henderson. They won't. I don't think they're going to do that. If Ramondre Stevenson's healthy, I think he's going to get on the field at some point, one way or another. Lousy for us, sure, lousy. But on the flip side to that, look, if Trevion Henderson has the 70 to the Ramondre 30, And if Trevion Henderson is catching balls, few receptions here, 4 catches, 40 yards. 3 catches, 35 yards. We should be okay. We should be okay with him as a nice mid to high end RB2. Exactly where we were supposed to be drafting him. Exactly where we were drafting him. Now, some people may have reached. The goats will not reach. We don't reach for players. How often do you think Chase Brown? How do you think Chase Brown will do against a very tough Pats team? He's tough call. Tough call against a tough Patriots rush defense. Yeah, but I think what we would be looking for is maybe Chase Brown getting more involved in that passing game. Yeah, get him involved in the passing game. That's where I think Chase Brown could make it up. But they are tough. They didn't give up any passing work to Breece Hall. They were all over screens and all over that. Patriots are playing good defense, especially that unit. For motherfucking Bob Goat. Bob. You Bob Goat, man. You don't need our help. But we appreciate you being here. We appreciate it. Don't forget, all the goats, don't forget to like the stream. I know you guys. I know you're part of the Goat Nation and are subscribed. Don't forget to hit the likes. So we'll find some new goats. We got a new goal. That's right. Is it coming along this ticker? Or who knows? Who knows whether the commissioner set it up or not? New goal. It'll be 650 goats by the Super Bowl. By the Super Bowl that the Broncos will be playing in. Broncos Rams Super Bowl? Oh man. Rams look good. Seahawks look good. How do you lose? I'm sorry. How do you have the opportunity to win if you make the field goal and still turn the ball over 4 times? If you can answer that one, what's up, Mr. Bakes? The Bakes Goat. What up, baby? Barkley had 10 points last night. T-Goat. Fuck you, fucking Barkley, man. The curse. It was the curse. I don't know if anybody's even going to come close to that this year, but I'm in a war. We're always in a war, baby. Of course you're in a war. We're in a war together. Down by a point against Ferguson, against the defense, and you have Brock Bowers. You are in a war. Jerry's waiting. But Jerry doesn't know what's about to hit him. That's going to be Brock Bowers. Jack Bowers. Brock Bowers. Trade T-Mac for Chase Brown. Heck blends, Goat. Holy smokes. If you need another running back and you could afford to trade Tet right now, if you need another running back because you're already looking at week, you got to look past the Patriots, but you're looking at week 13, you're looking at week 14, and you're looking at your playoffs in the Bengals, and you're thinking that Joe Shiesty will be back with the Bengals, and you know that offense just that functions much differently. We all know that. Yeah, man. I mean, again, if you're looking, if you're already on to week 13 team, not necessarily this upcoming week against the Pats. That might be a tough one, but moving forward, and you need that back for the playoff push. I think I would move T Mac high. Yeah. How many more games do we think that Bryce Young is throwing for 400 yards? I don't think so. We'll be happy with 300 yards. That's an outlier. He's not a 350 consistent yards any week. Safe to say, I don't want to. I mean, it's not. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right, but like my eyes are telling me differently. I'm in a war tonight. We're always in a war. What happened to the Chargers? What happened to the Chargers? It's a great question. What happened to the Chargers, Frosty Goat? They didn't even show up. They didn't make it. They didn't make it off their freaking plane. They traveled across the country, which it does affect you. It affects you, or it affects certain people in a different manner. Like, yeah, you can say, well, Shepard. I mean, like, what are we talking about? Like, didn't they Don't they get into like Florida like on a Saturday? Like, why would that be a problem with the time difference? It screws up people certain in different manners. It does. It's real. That thing is real. A West Coast team that has to travel across the country and play the 1 o'clock game, East Coast. And the Chargers are a better football team than the Jaguars, but not that much better. And they're injured. And it showed. And it showed. Kamani Vidal, by the way, a little banged up, returned. They're on bye. And it couldn't come at a better time for them. They're on bye. We should have Marion Hampton back, but I wouldn't get too excited about that either. I wouldn't. This dude, Marion Hampton's played how many football games professionally? 4? That's not enough. And now he's being asked to be a major contributor for a NFL's Chargers offense come week 13, 14, 15 for the playoffs. No, I don't. I'm going to pull back on a Marion Hampton absolutely smashing coming back. What happened to the Chargers? The Jags own them. Yeah, I remember that game. I remember where I was. I remember that was the tale of two halves, right? The Chargers were up by 4 touchdowns, and I think the Jaguars wound up coming back 4 touchdowns in the second half and won by a field goal, something along those lines. Austin Eckler was in that game. Yeah, I remember that game. I think that might have been Austin Eckler's last game with the Chargers. No, if that was a 2022 game, I believe. Safe to say that Davis is a drop. It's safe to say Isaiah Davis is a drop. Regardless if Brees goes down, he's going to split with Braylon Allen. Is Braylon Allen coming back? Like, he's probably a drop. Even if Brees goes down. I don't know if Isaiah Davis is really going to move the needle. I really don't know if Isaiah Davis is going to be able to get you the requisite points. Is Judy somewhat flex play or Godwin? Where's Godwin, Frosty? Where's Godwin? What the fuck? What the fuck? is this? What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? This only happens to your shepherd when he's alone, solo. What is this nonsense? Could you believe this nonsense? Trying to keep me away from the goats. Verizon. Judy somewhat flex play. Play with Godwin if he plays. Wouldn't play either one of them, Frosty Goat. In lieu of Drake London, right? In lieu of Drake London, then we may have to just be digging that far down into the depth. If it's in lieu of London, then I don't have much of a choice to tell you otherwise. Hopefully, if it's I would prefer Chris Godwin, obviously. Look at this man. I would prefer Chris Godwin. Let's hope Chris Godwin returns. Yeah. Absolutely. Can't believe Rico was inches out of bounds. Yeah. Yeah. We knew that Rico was going to get there one way or another. I mean, get us a good fantasy game. It took a while. It definitely took that fourth quarter. It was looking lousy. It was, but I mean, that's why we play the matchup as much as we'd like to. We look at the opponent's rank. We're looking at what defenses are allowing to give us maybe a little bit of leverage in making our calls. And of course, with absolutely using our own judgment and our own eyes, and we're also trying to piece together maybe some other nuggets and tidbits, and like the narrative surrounding Darnell Mooney is that he's not that good, and I could use my eyes for that. My opinion. The narrative is you can't take hits like that. You're gonna wind up in the medical tent more often. That's easy, but the talent is there. If Dart plays, would you go him or Purdy? Who do the Niners have this week? Week 12. I mean, they dog walked. They dog walked Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals, and that Cardinals defense isn't that terrible. They're not that bad. Who do the Niners playing? I could find that. The Linsanity. That's the Frosty Goat whipping out the Linsanity. That's pretty funny. He was having a Linsanity run. Where is this nifty schedule? The Niners. Considering that I am the CMC manager, I should have this info. Like bang bang have this info. But I don't. Why? Because it's Monday and I'm here for the goats only. I'm just here for the goats. Not here for my own shits and giggles. Schedule. Niners coming right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and goats. Week 12. Holy shit, man, this goes by fast. Eagles, Cowboys. I'm gonna share something with you, goats, now ahead of our upcoming shows, and of course ahead of upcoming Sunday, a week 6 days from now. Holy shit, they playing the Panthers. They're playing the Panthers on Monday night. I feel better. Yeah, I feel better with Brock Purdy right now. Are you kidding me? Again, let's go with the team that is in the thick of it, in the hunt. Brock Purdy, we know. I mean, like, look at how they looked yesterday with him back versus Mac Jones, and that shouldn't take away anything from how Mac Jones played. But look at that team; just looks much better. CMC got probably his highest rushing game of the season at 80 yards, but of course he's still got it in through the air. That team is just better with Brock Purdy. The Panthers on Monday Night Football in California. Whew. That could get bad. But yes, this upcoming week, Goats. We've got the Eagles, the Cowboys, Jerry. There will be a tush-push stop. The Cowboys will do it at least once with their new defensive line. That's I called it a week or so ago to just Rhino. Just Rhino. Maybe I did say it on the show. I don't remember that part. I don't know if I said it on the show or not, but they will stop a tush-push. Damn. Monday night, Frosty. We got the CMC on a Monday night. Love it. Can't wait for that shit. Can't wait for that. All right, Goats. All right. What else we got to do here? We got waivers tomorrow. Well, let me just make sure there wasn't anything outrageous here. The Puka Nacua 28.6 target share today was actually his highest since week 4. That's good news. That's good news considering I'm not sure how much the Rams are rolling out that 13 personnel. We know Devontae Adams scored. Devontae Adams is 1 of 1. Devontae is 1 of 1. Brian Robinson has now seen at least 38% backfield carry share. Is that stopping McCaffrey? No. Christian McCaffrey is averaging 21.4 weighted opportunities per game over this span, down from 26. Both numbers would easily lead all running backs this year. But the difference between best workload of all time and merely the best of the season is somewhat notable. Okay. Here's the Michael Wilson stuff. Marvin Harrison Jr.'s absence. Michael Wilson put up 185 receiving yards on 31.6 target share. Yeah, obviously it's good. Obviously Marvin Harrison wasn't there. Michael Wilson might be worth an ad tomorrow night. Frosty Goat. I mean, we expect Marvin Harrison back, obviously, but I mean, look, this dude obviously looked locked in against the beat up Niners secondary, but at the same time, that beat up Niners secondary is playing out of their minds. They're playing they're playing tough. It's like they're all playing for their jobs. That defense. So it wasn't like Michael Wilson was playing the Cowboys yesterday. He was playing a pretty decent offense, pretty decent defense. Derrick Henry has scored 4 of his 21 carries inside the 10-yard line. That's 19%. That ranks 6th worst of 29 running backs with 10-plus such attempts this year. Last year, the number was 40.6% for Henry, which ranked 2nd. All right, let's go. I mean, like, let's read that again for a second, because this is kind of bonkers. Derrick Henry has scored on 4 of his 21 carries. He's had 21 carries inside the 10 this season. That's 19%. 4 of his 21 carries inside the 10. That ranks 6th worst of 29 running backs with 10 plus such attempts this year. Last year it was 40.6%. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind with that number right there is the fact that where they weren't, he wasn't anywhere to be found on the 10-yard line for the first half of the season based on Lamar wasn't playing, so they were barely in the red zone. And if they were down in the bowl game by like more than one score, so it wasn't like a neutral game, it was like it was out of hand. It was Justice Hill for like a couple of those. What's up, Dustin Goat Baby? What's up, Dustin Goat Baby? What a 69. 69. I'm up 69. I'm up more than that, but I'm down. I'm down London. Which fuck 69. Still have Williams, Javante, Genty, and Bowers. You're up 69. You're going up against Javante, who might be good for 20. Might be. Genty, who might be good for 14 to 16. Maybe. Brock Bowers might be good for 20 plus. Let's add it up. 20, 40, 55. I'm going to give you at least an 85% chance. At least. And I was trying to give those three players like the absolute max. Here's your other thing, right? And this is wild because it's the same scenario for my opponent tonight. Genty and Bowers. Well, what are the chances that both of them are really going to smash? If Genty is smashing, that means like Bowers isn't really having that filthy of a football game, fantasy-wise. And I don't really see that. I don't see that against the Dallas new defensive line. I don't. I see Genty having a tough time tonight. I do see Gino and Brock cooking the Dallas secondary up. And Javante's got a ceiling. It's about 20, 22. Javante's got a pretty decent ceiling. Catch a couple, maybe 100 yards. That touchdown, that tutty. I think it's in the bag, Goat. It's in the bag. Motherfucking Goat. I love it though. I have the same shit, man. I have no players. No players tonight. And I'm going up against Genty and Bowers. I'm up by 90. 90. Man, this Drake London, holy smokes. Jamar Chase, 1 game suspension. Knucklehead shit. Knucklehead. And he's not a knucklehead. Knucklehead. I get that he's frustrated, but shit. You can't do that. You can't do that. Josh Jacobs. I don't have Jacobs, but a lot of goats have Jacobs. Sniper Mill has Jacobs. Where's Sniper? Sniper's got Jacobs. Jacobs looks like Jacobs dodged a bullet. But he may miss a week. It's not the worst. I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. What other cute banners? What other cute ads do I have for you guys? Cute. Oh, some shit. Justin Fields was benched. What a fucking you're a clown. What a fucking clown. Should bench Woody. If the league and the public outcry was so strong, so in demand to get rid of Daniel Snyder, and there may have been some workplace misconduct and that sort of thing, there's got to be a way where you could get rid of this guy, Woody, and force him to sell the team. It's just not good for football. It's not good for. It should be not good for the league. It should be detrimental to the league to allow the Jets to continue themselves like this. I don't care how many picks they have upcoming 2026, 2027. Jacob Goat. What are you doing, Jacob Vandergoat? Would you rather roster Horton? Here's a who. More downs rest of the season. I'd rather roster Downs. I know we like Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is coming on real nicely the last few weeks. We know that the Colts are pulling all the right levers. They are. The Colts are really they have themselves a fantastic 2025. Carly is pulling all the levers, and the fantasy goats are going to pull all the right levers for you, the goats. Don't forget to like and subscribe, goats. I was just waiting for that. I was just waiting for my Colts intro. I need Colts for that. Yeah, I mean, like, look, we saw what the Hawks look like now since acquiring Rashid Shaheed. Since acquiring Shaheed, even Cup has gotten more involved, which is hurt Shaheed. And it's who is it really hurt? It's really hurt Horton. Here's a who. I would hold on to Downs. You can hold on to Horton also, by the way. It's almost the same player. Is there a point in the schedule moving forward, Jacob Code, where we may have to get one of these guys in? That's the other question, right? So, I mean, I don't think it would hurt one way or another if you wanted to keep Torrey Horton. Fine, no problem. You wanted to hold on to Josh Downs? Yeah, I mean, to me, it's almost the same thing. I think you've got a little bit. Again, I was about to say, I think you have more upside with Horton, but then I just came right back to Rashid Shaheed, who they haven't got going yet. Are you a Hawks fan? I know Nathan Goat's a Hawks fan. Nathan's Hawks almost stole that game. Set up for a Jason Myers field goal from 61 for it to go wide left. I don't know how they had the opportunity to win that game with 4 turnovers. That's remarkable. That's their defense. Holy shit, their defense. Because, well, I mean, the Rams only put up 21 points, right? What else do we got here? Goats. We're here for the goats. We're here for the motherfucking goats. Over. Oh, there was some interest. Here's another potential waiver guy. Another kind of safe goal line potential, like Kyle Monangai. Not as safe as Kyle Monangai, but I think it's the first one. This is an interesting one. I wonder if Mad Maxi's still in the house. Still in the goat house. Ollie Gordon. That's right. Ollie Gordon in Madrid came away with the team's only rushing touchdown, but he and A-Chain each received 4 carries inside the 10-yard line. That means it was split 50-50. Ollie Gordon came away with the team's rushing touchdown, but he and A-Chain each received 4 carries inside the 10-yard line. That means A-Chain had 4, Ollie had 4. Gordon has one more such opportunity than A-Chain over the entire season, 10-9. Now we know who the better football player is. We know that part. We know who's used more in their offense, obviously. But this is worth noting with Ollie Gordon. Absolutely. That might be a good sneaky waiver ad. Like, look, we've got another bad bye week coming up. And I wasn't even referring to this week's bye with Denver, the Chargers. Oh, wait a minute. The Dolphins are probably, I think the Dolphins are off too. So I don't know if Ollie Gordon really helps us this upcoming week. But we also have we have week 14 coming up. Bad bye week. I find all of this information to be solid, and we share it with the goats. And I asked permission from this dude if we could share it with the goats. He said, "Hell yeah, man! As long as we get the credit." I'm like, "Of course I'm going to give you the credit." And I didn't come up with this. That's not what I do. I disseminate the information. I use my own information. I use PFF. Okay, I'm not going to make any bones about that. I have PFF premium. So, but yeah, this dude, this goes beyond PFF. This dude is money. Ryan Heath, fantasy points, advanced data, advanced metrics, actionable data that we could use. Actionable means that you could use it. Appreciate it. What else do we got here, goats? What else do we got? Everybody like and subscribe. Yep, I'm sure that everybody did. Appreciate you all. If we've got nothing else, I want to wish you all very good luck. Best of luck. Let's hope for no more injuries. We don't want any more injuries. These injuries are killing us. Absolutely killing us, Frosty Goat. What up, Frankie Goat? What up, Frankie Goat? What are you doing, my guy? What are you doing, brother man? There he is. Of course you are. Mad Maxie, that Ollie Gordon info, right? That Ollie Gordon stuff. I have a feeling that they're off, right? They just played overseas. They're going to be off. But Ollie Gordon and Devon A-Chain inside that 10, and they're getting this. They're splitting the goal line work. If we need that type of floor moving forward, God forbid Devon A-Chain actually got a little injured in this game, a little bit. God forbid something happens to Devon A-Chain. This is a freaking, you've got an RB1 right here. Ollie Gordon came away with the team's only rushing touchdown. Of course, you know, motherfucking man, Maxie Coot. Man, Maxie. Frank Goat. All you guys. Appreciate all you guys. The Rhino appreciates all you guys. The War Chief appreciates all you guys. The other boss, my real boss, appreciates all you guys. And yeah, we're gonna keep going, man. We're gonna fucking keep pumping. We're gonna fucking, if you need us, we're here. We're here. 6 days a week. There's no off season either. What we do in the off season is to get ready to prepare for this season. That's what we're doing. Damn that Drake. Because we evaluated London's season from 2024 and came to our conclusion that he had potential top 5 wide receiver for this season. And it was looking like a cakewalk until yesterday. Dustin Goat, I appreciate you, Dustin Goat. I appreciate you. Dustin Goat. You're gonna take the L this week. But fuck, man. You're not taking the. You don't take the L, Frank. Brees Hall messed up. I would say 80% of fantasy this week. 80% who rolled with Brees Hall, hoping that it was just the full volume. He was the only game in town, only catch. No pun intended. Charbs, RJ, Woody, Judkins, Franco. You love those rookies, man. Franco, Harvey, Marks, Judkins. Franco, do you are you heavy into like the college game, the prospects, the draft process, all that, by watching these guys, what they're doing now in college, and then how that translates over into the NFL? I mean, we're getting heavy into that. We jumped into it last season, and I loved it, man. I fucking loved it. We were learning about these dudes again back in freaking February. It was Senior Bowl, and then when Rhino loved Woody Marks, loved him. I loved Judkins. I also loved Caleb Johnson too. That has been a huge miss. But I loved it when Cleveland drafted Judkins. I was like, that's the best spot. We need that Brees Hall, man. Franco, we'll get this correct. You're gonna take the L this week. We've got 12, 13, 14, and then of course we'll be right there week 15 quarterfinals. All right, goats. Enjoy the game. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Waivers. Appreciate all you guys again. Keep it real. Keep it straight. Keep it safe. Let's go lamb chops. Big time lamb chops. Big time lamb chops. Do I trade away, Justin? What are you trading? Do I trade away? Justin, 74-34. 74-34. I'm not sure who you trade away. Jefferson. Holy smokes. Justin Jefferson and Derrick Henry and Oronde for Jamar Chase and Bears backup running back Kamanangai. That's diesel, man. That is absolutely diesel. Justin Jefferson's. I got Kelsey as my other tight end. I think Derrick Henry's going to continue to. I think he's going to continue to produce like that. Yeah, in this case, I appreciate all this info, by the way. Appreciate all this info. Also, Justin, if you're new to this channel, I appreciate you giving us a like and subscribing. I think I would hold this. I think I would hold here. You already got Bijan. You've got Henderson. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think I would hold here. I like the idea of getting Chase, but at this cost, keep Derrick Henry, keep Bijan Robinson. Look at the really strong at running back. Kamanangai, RJ Harvey, Trevion Henderson. Yeah, I would hold. It's tempting. Yeah, it's tempting. It's tempting, but if you wanted to, without, well, you would get Kamanangai. Yeah. Again, safe floor from the last few weeks. Safe. 10 points. He's getting goal line work. And he's scoring, which is good. Better than getting goal line work and not scoring. Jefferson and Henry. I mean, see if you wanted to. if you wanted to, and if you don't mind not having Jamar Chase this week because he made a knucklehead move, I think you could move Justin Jefferson along with maybe RJ, not Derrick Henry, but RJ, and then take Kyle Monangai back. So Monangai replaces RJ Harvey essentially. That's only if you could get by without having Justin Jefferson, obviously, with the trade, and then taking on Jamar Chase with a suspension. That's what I. If you want Chase for the playoff push, that's what I would do. But not Jefferson and Henry for those two, or from one of the rookies with Justin Jefferson. Ezekiel goat. I get so motherfucking happy when I see the Ezekiel Elliott goat. Who's good to pick up? We wanna try to add Michael Wilson just for the hell of it, just for shits and giggles. We may start him again this week. We may not. I would also look to add Emmanuel Wilson. I have a good feeling that the Packers will play it a little conservatively and not roll Jacobs out there this week, regardless that he may have dodged the bullet. I think you could get by with Emmanuel Wilson. Get by with Emmanuel Wilson. Who else? Those are the two right off the top of my head. Ezekiel Goat. That's the two. Oh. People are going to go for Darnell Mooney. I'm not going to officially endorse that one. I think his ship, that sailed. There's another wide receiver, however, on that team that Kirko was in connection with, that did have a good rapport with, and that's that guy Hodge. So I would understand it if you're like, oh, well, Darnell Mooney, he had a great season last year, and then he was okay with the Bears for those few seasons. But that's just it. He's just okay. He's just okay. He had one good season last year. I think that kind of sort of looking like a fluky. Those would be the three right there. Ezekiel Goat, Emmanuel Wilson, Michael Wilson. Yeah, Jefferson and RJ and Gaston. You just said no? Like you just did it? You just offered? Screw it. No Gadsden. You don't need you told me, you just said you have a tight end. You don't need Gadsden. Let him keep Gadsden. You don't need Gadsden. But yeah, no, don't if nothing else, then that's it. Then you just hold Jefferson, you hold Derrick Henry, you hold Bijan, you hold I have Kelsey and you have. So he doesn't want Gadsden along with RJ and along with then that ain't gonna work. He wants Derrick Henry. You don't want to give him Derrick Henry. I wouldn't do that. I would keep Henry. My RB2, I would keep Derrick Henry as my RB2. Yeah, I wouldn't force it. West up, baby. What's up, motherfucking West up, baby? Down 30. West up, what happened, man? And I don't want him. Then you're 8-3. So just roll with it. Roll with it, Justin Goat. Roll with that 8-3. That's not really a mistake. That didn't happen by accident. You already got those pieces. You've got those pieces already on the team. Elite pieces. You're welcome, Justin Goat. Appreciate you. We're here on Tuesday nights, waivers, Thursday, we do a little DFS / Thursday Night Football preview / looking ahead into the Sunday games. Friday is your lineup advice. Saturday is your matchup, your start sits. Sunday, we react. We react to it all, right? Right, West Up coat. The West Up motherfucking coat. 22 points out of Bowers, 8 points from the Cowboys. I'll cross my fingers for you, West Up Goat. I think that's the way it works, though. Or 25 points from Brock Bowers, a 25 burger, and 5 points from the Dallas defense. Now that makes more sense. Right? Or how about a 31-point game from Brock Bowers, 0 from the Cowboys, negative points from the Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys is going to be much, I don't know, let me rewind. Not much better. They're going to be a different club on defense moving forward, especially that defensive line. They will stop a tush push next week, and I don't see Ashton Genty having much success unless they have it, unless they still have not figured it out. But Quentin Williams is a Pro Bowl defensive tackle along with another Pro Bowl defensive tackle, and it's not going to be easy to run on them. It's not. And I don't want. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Appreciate you. Good thing I picked up J-Mo a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, you picked up J-Mo in the trade, Frank? You picked him up. Yeah, Adams and JJ didn't do much, and I sat Debo. Fuck, man. Fuck. Well, Devontae Adams, I mean, still, all he does is score touchdowns too now. You probably ran into a good opponent also. Let's you know what they say, right? We don't want to take anything away from our opponents. The same can be said regarding them in fantasy as well. If you ran into a team that just like all of them just put it on you, right? Like they all did well, there's nothing you could do. Adams and JJ's not having the same success as he previously had with any quarterback under center. Do I think that can change with the window now closing on the season, so to speak? Yeah, I think that it could change. Justin Jefferson is still somebody that you don't, when we would never advise to sit. So, because he could go off. He will. He most likely will go off. I don't expect it to run this way. Running cold, I mean. Do not expect that. Yeah, Adams. Running back to good. The Cowboys currently have a 4% chance to make the playoffs. With a win, it increases by 2 points. So if they win tonight, it goes from 4 to 6. With a loss, they drop to 1. They are 3. What are they? 3-5, 3-5-1. Well, they're in a lousy spot. Let's not forget, because they probably have 0% chance to win their division. Oh, see, exactly, West Up. You went up against the buzzsaw. A buzzsaw, Josh Allen. That's why. So the Cowboys only have 3 spots from there. When typically, if you're still alive to possibly win your division, at least that's another road to get there. They don't have that road. They only have one wild card road, and that's closing too. Man, we'll see. Well, I mean, look, they'll get to 7 wins, maybe 8. 7 wins, maybe 8. That's what I think that the Cowboys will get to, and then it'll be an interesting offseason, right? We know what it's like. We know how these guys do it for us. Trone goat, baby. All the goats, the Frank goats, the West Up goats. We got new goats. We got a new Justin goat. Basketball Justin. Ezekiel. Motherfucking Ezekiel Elliott. You think Ezekiel Elliott ain't having any of these numbers? Trone. He's not having any of these numbers. Ezekiel. All the goats. Mad Maxi goat. Dustin goat. So many more goats. So many. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Fucking family. Community building here. Enjoy the game. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy Jerry. See you tomorrow.